My name is Casey Dolan from See It Now News, and I am here to give you information about the Rosenberg trial. At first, before this trial, Klaus Fuchs admitted to giving information about the atomic bomb to the Soviet Union. This caused the U.S. to become curious about other espionage. Ethel and Julius Rosenberg were accused of espionage along with David and Ruth Greenglass and Harry Gold. Judge Irving R. Kaufman presides over the case.
Have a good weekend, buddy. See you Monday.
Sorry about that. Defending the Rosenbergs is Morton Sobel and Alexander and Emmanuel Bloch, and the prosecution includes Roy Cohn. David Greenglass claims Julius Rosenberg asked him to give confidential bomb information to the Soviet Union. From there, the materials were allegedly transferred to Harry Gold. Despite this information, the only evidence of Rosenberg's involvement is Greenglass's confession. If the Rosenbergs plead guilty, they may be able to escape the death penalty. This has been Casey Dolan from See It Now News.
Hello and welcome to See It Now News. Here with me is Julius Rosenberg with new info about the Rosenberg trial. So, Julius, where did you grow up?
I grew up in the slums of the Lower East Side of New York City.
Was it a very happy childhood?
Sort of.
Yes. What are you accused of?
I was accused of espionage.
What are your connections with Ethel and David Greenglass?
Ethel is my wife and David is my brother-in-law.
Interesting. Did you expect your brother-in-law to be accused of anything?
No, that was very weird.
Do you know why you're being accused?
Espionage, but otherwise no.
Interesting. That's all for today, folks. Thank you and join me next time.
Hello, you are watching See It Now News, and we now have new info on the Rosenberg trial. With me is Harry Gold. Harry, what is your profession?
I'm a chemist from Long Island, New York.
Oh, what are your connections with Klaus Fuchs?
He gave me up in England. He was arrested.
So what are you charged with?
I was charged with espionage.
Do you believe you were wrongly accused?
No comment.
That's it, folks. Now to commercials.
Hey, when you can't seem to get the wood to stick when making your doghouse? Now there's super glue. Super glue uses cyanoacrylate to crest an unbreakable bond. It's better than those old nails. Those suck. Super glue is the new and easy way to make things really stick.
Super glue. It really works.
New news on the baby boom. Soldiers have returned home and the number of babies is quickly rising. About 4 million babies per year. This makes about 122.7 children per every 1,000 women, a very high number compared to the 75.8 children per 1,000 women in 1936. Because of this, the economy is booming and new schools are being built as we speak. These baby boomers are expected to create new markets with their fresh ideas, but for now, there are little job positions they can fill. But only time will truly tell the economical future of America and its people. With the growing families, car manufacturing is on the rise, and the family favorite seems to be the Chrysler Town and Country. With its 4-door, 8-person features, this car is both stylish and practical. Now the whole family can travel together efficiently and safely.
Hello, you are watching See It Now News. And while we are waiting for news on the Rosenberg trial, let me tell you about the Hollywood Blacklist. It was formed by the House of Un-American Activities Committee on Suspected Communist Dealings. The infamous Hollywood 10 consisted of Alva Bessie, Herbert Biberman, Lester Cole, Edward Dmytryk, Ring Lardner Jr., John Howard Lawson, Albert Maltz, Sam Ornitz, Robert Adrian Scott, and Dalton Trumbo. More on this later.
Hello and welcome to See It Now News. I'm Allison Kiefer here with new information on the Rosenberg trial. After a tense 2-day court session, the final witnesses came and went, and the defense and prosecution began to make their closing statements. Irving Sapol, representing the prosecution, started by highlighting some main points that he found to be potentially incriminating to the defendants. First, the console table, which despite its average size, was removed from the Rosenbergs' living room because it was deemed too big. It was also speculated that documents could have been stored inside. David Greenglass also testifies to seeing Ethel Rosenberg copy classified documents using a typewriter on said table. Then, the Photoshop. in which the Rosenbergs purchased 36 passport photos. Next, the code phrase used by Harry Gold when transferring documents containing atom bomb information was, "I come from Julius," and the Julius in the code phrase could have been Julius Rosenberg. Finally, the confirmation of confidential document trading in Los Alamos and, again, in Knickerbocker Square, which is the residence of the Rosenbergs, with a man named Julius. This may or may not be Julius Rosenberg, who allegedly had ties with the Communist Party, a violation of the Truman Loyalty Act. Mr. Sapol ended his closing statement by emphasizing that the violation of the Truman Loyalty Act is a war crime and punishable by death.
Received update on the Rosenberg trial as the defense has made their closing statements and also the verdict has been decided. As this trial came to a conclusion, the defense argued that this trial showed little evidence of the Rosenbergs committing espionage. They said that it was very simple to see that there was lack of evidence from the prosecution. When they said the lead attorney, Emmanuel Bloch, for the defense, stated that when Harry Gold used the phrase, "I come from Julius," that this could have been any of the thousands of Juliuses in the world. In this trial, there was not much other information that was stated in the closing statements from the defense, and we think that if they provided much more information from the trial, that they could have made a much more convincing conclusion. And as the jury returned with a verdict, they had Julius being the only one with a death penalty, as many thought that was interesting because of the closing statements, and it was interesting. Many people thought that people such as David Greenglass and Ethel Rosenberg should have also received a death penalty from this trial. That is all for today, and this is Casey Dolan reporting from See It Now News.